Hello, we're continuing a video. Today we're gonna take a look at a legend run here with the Lantern in the lead, which is interesting. We see also the Water Gun version here, which I'm definitely a bigger fan of than the Spark version, and we have a double Ghost Line in the back. This team could struggle on the first glance at least a little bit with Altaria, because your lead isn't really that solid. Your save swap is okay against that, but would lose in some scenarios as well. And then you have your Trevenant in the back, which actually, if you have the best possible IV spread for Trevenant and the opponent doesn't have an attack weighted Altaria, you would actually be able to win the 2-shield scenario against an Altaria, I think, with Trevenant, just going straight Shadow Ball. Here we see a save swap that you really like to see, which is going to be the Noctowl. Noctowl would be a hard answer to your Trevenant in the back, and this will be very nice for you, as you will be able to now still have your Trevenant aligned against the opponent's Lantern and the Kovac Regas, and you should be able to have a pretty decent time. This trainer here got their legend run here right now towards, like with this team, towards the 3000 rating there, and we can take a look at their last 10 battles for hitting legend with this team. So like if you still need a decent team, you can still try it out, but of course Great League is only available for today and for tomorrow, for like basically when you see this from like 1 day and 3 hours or something. So yeah, like Great League will not come back anymore this season, which is kind of crazy because you still have 1 month left and no Great League available, which is the league that most people want to play. Of course, we're going to make more videos about the other leagues coming up as well. Next time we're going to have the Willpower Cup, where we're going to have a video coming out tomorrow for it. And then we're also going to have the Ultra League coming back, which is at least half decent. We see here a Vigoroth against you. Vigoroth is a pretty neutral matchup against the Sableye. It's a very weird one, to be fair, because Vigoroth fast move is single resisted because you still have the dark typing, and your fast move is double resisted, but also their body slam is resisted, so they have to go for bulldoze, and your foul play is neutral, but you still don't do enough damage to really threaten it, so it's a little bit tricky. What is not very tricky is that the opponent swapped out here, which is amazing for you, because now you can align your Trevenant against the opponent's Diggersby here. If you would have aligned it, of course, against the Pidgeot, this would have been not a good day here, as Pidgeot would be able to do some pretty nice damage against this Trevenant here, but you're actually going to be able to get both shields immediately, which is really nice for you, as you are actually going to let this move go through. You will be able to now go into your Lantern and try to win this game, just going straight for Surf and try to maybe get to 1 Thunderbolt against the incoming Pidgeot. Here it's a risky play, because now you have the issue that the opponent going to be able to go for 1 Feather Dance, and you will be able to, like, you are debuffed now, and it's going to be still tough. You can try to go for 1 Surf here now and try to knock them out still, but you're going to be double debuffed, where it might have been a little bit better to keep the Trevenant alive. But we will see here a shield coming up, most likely on a Fire Punch, as this game is still going to be pretty close. This Surf will not knock them out here, definitely not after the debuff, and we will see that you should still be able to reach another one in time. They might go for the Earthquake now as a last effort, but no, they're gonna go for the Fire Punch, and you still will be able to win this game. So good game there. A little bit tricky, of course, when the Pidgeot debuffs you, but yeah, I think the opponent just force closed the app or something because it took so long, but good game there. Next opponent, we will see an Altaria in the lead. This is the matchup that I really wanted to take a look at, as it seems like your team is pretty weak-ish against it, but we will see an Azumarill swapping in here. Azumarill will not like to get hit by 1 Return here. Return gonna put him into a range where you might even be able to just shield it up here. Yeah, you're actually going to shield up the Ice Beam. That's a good play by the opponent. And you could just bait with the foul play. Not the ideal move timing there. You gave him basically a free bubble, which now allows them to still realign, or like you try to realign. But at this point of time, there is basically not a lot that you can do here anymore. You have still the Altaria against you. Your Trevenant going to not like to get hit by the Sky attacks, and also your lead will not have a great time against it either, because the Water Gun is of course resisted. So I am pretty sure this will be a loss here, because there is not a lot that they can do, especially if they swap into the Regi steal right now. You should stay in here for a little bit, but you don't. You should stay in maybe for a little bit and try to catch a move on your Trevenant instead, because you kind of want to have some energy on your other Pokemon, as well as we see here them getting to 1 move in time, which is going to be the Zap Cannon, which also gets the debuff here, which kind of seals the deal, as you will be able to go for 1, you won't even be able to go for 1 Shadow Ball. I think if you got to the Shadow Ball, there still would have been a chance, even though of course you were debuffed, so I don't think they would have shielded, but Like this, there is no chance at all Dazzling Gleam comes through, not even the Community Day Pokemon, and we will see that this is going to be a loss. Still, good game to the opponent, well played there. Next opponent, Altaria. Maybe you can get some revenge against Altaria with this team. Let's see, we will see that the battery runs out kinda soon. That's not the best ideal start to this battle, but we will see the foul play coming through, which will do at least half of Altaria's health. This is still a losing matchup, sadly. Like, you're going to have to shield every move here from them, and you will not be able to reach 3 moves before they can reach 2 moves, which is not ideal, so you won't even be able to get your shield back here exactly. But you can let this move go through. You can try to farm them all the way down, maybe with your Trevenant, but you're actually going to go into your Lanturn, which is an interesting move, but you will be able to go for one Surf, I guess, to knock them out. This will not knock them out. I think this is still not enough damage to knock out the Altaria. Never mind, it is enough damage to knock out the Altaria, don't mind me. As we see a Kovac Regis coming in. This is a neutral matchup. Let's see if they want to shield up the bait here. This is going to be about the bait call, and you're gonna get the bait call correctly here. You kind of have to overfarm a little bit because the Swampert has some energy and you kind of want to keep your Trevenant alive here. Maybe even one Seed Bomb would have been enough. I'm not sure about the counts, but you will be able to get some extra energy. And you can get to this Seed Bomb in time, which will... I don't think it actually knocks out the opponent's Swampert. But never mind, it does. I wasn't sure because I think it would survive one from full health, but it's very close, so like it was nearly at full health. We will see the Sableye coming in. This is a pretty decent matchup for you. You can take one move here, you can just let this move go through. You can go for one charge move and you might want to swap out now into your own Sableye. Depends, like you can still stay in if you want to as well. But no, you're going to swap into your own Sableye. Very nice play here. You're going to let this move go through, exactly. Very good play so far. We will see that you can farm them all the way down. I would play it exactly like you do. And we will see the Tentacruel coming back in. They do not super effective damage with the fast move here, and you will be able to go for one foul play, which gonna do around half of its health, which will put them into range that they have to shield the next one here. And they do shield the next one here, but you can still get to another one, which allows you to get the final shield by the opponent. And you should be able to go just into your Lanturn, and we will see the Trevenant coming in. You have a shield advantage. They're gonna get to the Seed Bomb here. You're going to shield up the Seed Bomb and you will be able to go for one Shadow Ball immediately, I would say. Actually going to overfarm a little bit. Doesn't really matter too much, but I think you just let everything go through against you here right now. I think you just let this move go through and you just rely on the Lanturn. Exactly. Going to be a Scald. Fine for you. And you should be okay here because you still should be able to even get to one Surf, which would be enough. You're going to let this move go through, which is a little bit ballsy, but very nice play there. You're going to be able to go for the Surf. A Surf will be enough to knock them out, and you will be able to win this game. Next opponent, we will see the Diggersby in the lead. This is a pretty neutral lead because you have Water Gun, of course. I think you actually might win this in the 2-shield just because you get so much damage on them just from Water Gun plus Surf. Let's see, you're going to get the shield from them already, and you can shield up as well, which is going to be most likely a Fire Punch. Exactly, it was a pretty obvious bait there, but you cannot really risk it either, as we see the Ninetales coming in here, which is also something that you don't really want to face with this team, especially your backline is a little bit weak against it, but you could let this move go through, and you do let this move go through, which is going to be a Side Shock. You're just going to waste your Lanturn, and you can go into your Trevenant now, which can farm it down, get some energy lead against the incoming Diggersby, and I think because of the Water Gun damage before, they should be in a range for 2 Seed Bombs to knock them out already, which is nice. You can take one Fire Punch here. I'm not sure if you can outspeed them though. I'm pretty sure you can, but no, you can actually outspeed them at the same time as they reach the move. But you will, of course, always win CMP, and we will see a Grand Mal coming in, which means you're going to lose this game, because the opponent rather wants a Double Charm here. Not ideal whatsoever. Double Charm is, of course, still a thing and super annoying, and especially for this team, super annoying, but still pretty well played, to be fair, for the game we had there. Was a little bit tricky, of course, against Double Charm. There's not a lot that you can do. We see a Frosters shielding up the Shadow Ball there, which is very good for you, of course. You will be able to go for one Surf. This Surf will nearly knock them out, but they can still get to another move. Maybe go for Thunderbolt next time if this is a Shadow Ball and this is a Shadow Ball. Thunderbolt seems to be the way to go, as we see a Swampert coming in here. You will be able to go for some charge moves still with your Sableye, and you should be able to get at least one shield here from them. Maybe get them even lower. Maybe you want to shield up their moves as well. They're gonna get like at least the shield there. Do you let this go through? I think you should. Yeah, you do let this move go through, which allows you now to align your Trevenant. After waiting out the clock, like perfectly played here. Definitely legend rank stuff there. Definitely very well played so far. We see the Nidoqueen coming in, which is going to let this move go through. You can let this move go through as well and now swap out into your Lanturn, trying to farm them all the way down. Exactly, and they should get to a move before, so you throw before, which is also fine. I don't think... Now, okay, the opponent can definitely farm you down, which is going to make this very scary. You will be able to go for one Surf, which they're going to have to shield, of course. Okay, they don't shield. This makes it way better for you because now you definitely win. If they shield this move up, I think you might have lost this game because you would have been able to farm you down and had 2 Hydrocans against your Trevenant, which was definitely in range. So I think that was also misplayed by the opponent. We see an Empoleon in the lead, which is in the current standards a little bit scary. As expected, we see the Wigglytuff coming in, which means they're going to have another Charm user in the back, and this is not ideal for your team. Let's see how you can play this out. We will see the Surf coming through. We already got one shield here. We get the next one soon, hopefully. We see that you can go for another charge move. This one will be the Surf, going to get the final shield by them. And you're going to go down here. You will have to go into your Trevenant here, to be fair. And even this is going to be a tough one. Do you try to farm them all the way down? Do you try to get to one Seed Bomb? Think you have to go for the farm down here. That's kind of crazy. We will see the Empoleon coming in. A very nice catch. You're going to let this move go through as you expect them to have another Charmer in the back, as they're going to farm up more energy with the Empoleon. You actually will be able to reach the move in time before they even want to swap out, which is weird. You will be able to knock them out. You can get some damage on the incoming Ninetales, and you should be able to go for maybe a Seed Bomb first, and look if 2 Seed Bombs would be enough, but I guess you can still get to one Shadow Ball anyway. So this is going to be a good game here. Get wrecked, Xionics team, as we will see that you will be able to win this game there and get closer to Legend as we see an Empoleon lead again. Please don't be Xionics team again. That would be a little bit tricky here. We will see them staying in, which is already a weird sign. Like, there's no way that you're going to face the same team back to back, right? Okay, it's not. We see the Altaria coming in, which is okay for you at least now in this scenario, as you can go for one Thunderbolt and you weaken this Pokemon, which is amazing for your Sableye. As I think Sableye will now be able to win this matchup in the 2 shields. You will be able to get to your second move before I think they get to their second move now, even though you gave them some extra energy, but you, of course, will be able to go for one. But now this will get the knockout. I thought the shield, but okay, I guess I don't want to. And we see the Mandibuzz coming in, which allows you now to definitely have a pretty decent time aligning your Lanturn against it. That should be pretty okay for you, and you will be able to also reach one return if you would have, yeah, if they wouldn't have thrown, but it's fine. You can go into your Lanturn. Lanturn should be able to wall them, kinda. Like, of course, they have, nah, it's actually kind of a neutral matchup if you don't have a Spark, because your Water Gun damage doesn't do that much damage either. You expect them to swap out, but this is still going to be a tough one to win. It's going to be a very tough one to win. We will see the shield coming up. You kind of have to shield here as well to get this thing lower, and you will shield this up. Oof. We see the Empoleon coming in, but I think you're going to lose this game. There's not a lot that you can do here at this point of time. You're going to go for the Seed Bomb, which is definitely the play to go, as they can go for one Drill Peck, but of course you're now kind of forced to go into your Lanturn, and like, yeah, this should not be a win. You should not be able to win this game, sadly. You will be able to go for one more Seed Bomb, but you don't have a move stored on your Lanturn, and they're going to go down to like a one charge move of them here, so it's a good game still, very well played, was a very close one. Let's see the final game of this video here with this team. We see the Lanturn against Altaria again. At least we see this matchup a ton of times for this team because it's a little bit of the trickier one to have the Altaria against you here. We will see the foul play coming through. Foul play is definitely the way to go here as well. It's a stab move. It's just very risky to go for the return, and I don't think it really helps you too much here. You will be able to just go straight for the foul plays, and you will be getting this Pokemon at least a little bit lower, while they most likely going to go for the charge move before you can go for another foul play, and you just let this move go through, because otherwise they can farm you down. They have energy advantage, and this would be kind of detrimental for you, as you will be able to go into your Lanturn now. You can go for the full farm down, I think. This is only a Sky Tech, so it doesn't do as much damage either. And you can go for the full farm down. Having some energy stored here might help you out. It's going to be a Venusaur and a Swampert swapped immediately into your Trevenant, which is hilarious. As you can go for one Seed Bomb, which should now knock them all the way out. As they're going to shield this move up. Interesting. You could shield up potential Sludge Wave, but it's actually a Hydro Cannon. You kind of want to overfarm a little bit. This is a very smart decision by this player here, by the way. Going not straight for the Seed Bomb, but overfarming a little bit so you can ensure that you can hit one Shadow Ball against the opponent's Venusaur, which is going to put them in range for one Thunderbolt from the Lanturn, which is definitely super smart by this player. You will be able to now get to the full farm down, or yeah, you will be able to win this final game. And they're going to be able now to hit Legend here. Congrats to them. Thanks for showcasing your team here, and thanks for sending in those battles. If you want to send in some battles, link in the description, and leave a like if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.